Good morning. How are you? Well, it's a beautiful Friday here in Virginia. I hope it's the same where you are. Today I'm thinking a little bit about religion. Cardinal McCarrick, who was a powerful cardinal out of Washington, D.C., was found years ago to be abusing his position and taking advantage of young men. And he was defrocked, and the Holy See had stood by, as they have with many priests, and did nothing about it. And finally, yesterday, he was charged with a crime for what he did to a young man at a wedding at Wellesley College. More details I don't know. This is a very sad story about the Catholic Church. Worse than that, it's criminal and has been pushed underneath the rug, as they say, for so long. It's another example in America of the failure to have an accounting for the criminal misconduct of a priest, exploiting minors, playing the part of predator, and it's not acceptable. But through life we see the variance between, say, scripture or the law and other documents and the practice and conduct of the people who are charged to follow that scripture. So we have this situation with the Catholic Church. I remember instances in grammar school with the nuns and priests that caused me trouble. But the first and worst one maybe was the nuns telling me that my dad should go to church or he would go to hell. And so at a dinner table one evening, I said to my dad, the nuns are telling me this. What do you think about it? Because when I go to heaven, and this is a conversation while I'm in grammar school, you better be there. And he says, John, we all worship in our own way. And what my dad did was give me license to use my brain to question what was going on. And so like many fallen Christians, because we all have that indelible mark, I found my own revolution and left the church. And I've never looked back except to feel sorrowful about those who've suffered the squeeze between faith and the conduct of the church. So it's a good day when McCarrick is being prosecuted, even despite his advanced age. At my high school, it's been uncovered years afterwards that up to and including the principal of the school had abused young men with these predatory practices. And it was a very good school, and I have had mixed feelings my whole life about contributing to the school. So less significant than that was how I thought the school mistreated my younger brother who went to the same high school. So that's the Catholic Church. Now in this category, we have, again by faux Christians, in my opinion, who are alien to the words of the Bible that talk about charity toward all. Love the neighbor as yourself. And we have an elementary school teacher who's really a phys ed teacher who has publicly stated that he's not going to recognize transgender children. He's outright said he's going to discriminate against them, and that he's going to use the pronouns that apply to what they were at birth as opposed to what they found themselves to be. And the circuit court, the law in my county, is, they're quite okay with this discrimination. And so the school, to its credit, has appealed to the Supreme Court of Virginia. And we'll see how that sorts out, how enlightened the court is in the sense of what does equality mean? What does discrimination mean? But instead of dealing with a problem in our schools in which transgender children are discriminated against and have suffered greatly, and there is at least one suicide, we cannot have this go on. But that's the world we live in. We have these people out there claiming that they're doing what Jesus would want. Instead, they're doing what they want, to discriminate and to hate. The virus is obviously right up there in the top, 2 stories probably. And the anecdote I have is somebody on Twitter wrote me how Dave's his name, he was double vaccinated, and he had a friend who'd also been vaccinated, and both of them got and suffered from the Delta variant. So watch out. When you have these instances, what you have is, to use the Aristotelian square, the particular negative refuting the universal affirmative. What am I saying? The vaccine will keep you safe from the Delta variant. Okay, that's the universal affirmative. A person was not safe from the vaccination and got sick. That means the universal proposition is wrong. I don't need a lot of science to figure this out. The question then becomes the extent of the failure. How frequent it is it growing, is it worse? Does it change based on vaccination in the area where you live? Those are the questions we should be asking. You know, we have this fight in this country. Some people don't want us to have critical thinking about discrimination. We need critical thinking. We need thinking. We need people who are not saying, oh, I don't want to change. I'm okay. The vaccine allows me to go anywhere now. Well, no, it doesn't, you moron. It doesn't allow you to go anywhere. And I thought there was something both praiseworthy and distressing that Biden had to be the parent for the nation yesterday and explain this in excruciating detail. And I thought he did an outstanding job. He did fine. It's the citizens who are now failing us, those who won't be vaccinated, won't wear masks and so forth. And, you know, when we come to these schools, children without any vaccination, which we assume is to make the effect of the virus less if you get it, and now it appears you can when you've had the vaccination, people are questioning whether they should wear masks. They should wear masks, and they shouldn't be in class without a vaccination. And we should be doing distance learning if we can't satisfy those conditions. Employees, people who want to go to restaurants, all of the above. You got to satisfy the prerequisite. You have to do everything you can based on what we know now to be safe. I am, the final thing I want to say, which I think you'll find is positive, is that we have a real president for a change. Biden is a real president. That is to say, he is embracing the impossible challenges that face anybody in an office like president. And he's working like the Dickens, Lordy, he's working like the Dickens to solve these problems. Now, years ago, when I thought I might join the White House legal staff, some of my friends imagined that I'd get to use the M&Ms in the cafeteria and things like that. But that's not why you take that job. That's not why Biden took that job. All the impossible problems in this nation end up there. And you have to be the kind of person that wants to take those on. So it's a glorious day for a fighter for right and good. But that doesn't mean it's not a rocky trip. And that's what Biden is on for us. And how do we support him? Follow his leadership. He has the best information. I don't think he'll ever lie to us. I can be surprised. I can hope that I'm right. But so far, unlike the predecessor, this man has our best interest at heart. We should recognize that and go with him. So that's. I know most of you are already there. So I'm talking to the choir in my cathedral of trees. So have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.